Let me talk to the ones nobody picked. The ones who were always overlooked, always doubted, always told you ain't enough. Yeah, you. This one's for you. They didn't believe in you, and it hurt. Don't pretend it didn't. Don't act like you didn't sit in your room at night replaying their words in your head. You'll never make it. You're not smart enough. You don't got it. You're not built for this. They said it. You heard it. But now what? See? Well, I'm not here to sugarcoat this. I'm not here to play nice with your pain. I came to speak to your spirit. That part of you that's still alive even after they buried you with doubt. That piece of you that still wants to fight even when your heart is tired. That fire deep down inside that's still burning, even if it's just a spark. Because I need you to hear me. They didn't believe in you. And it's exactly why you got to go harder. It's exactly why you can't quit now. You don't need their belief. You don't need their support. You don't need their permission to be great. As a matter of fact, them not believing in you, that's your gift. That's your power. That's your reason, because when you rise, and you will rise, there won't be any confusion about how you got there. It wasn't luck. It wasn't handouts. It was grit. It was faith. It was that part of you that refused to stay small just because they couldn't see your value. So if you're ready, I need you to lean in. Don't blink, don't scroll, don't move, because what I'm about to tell you might be the exact thing you needed to hear to flip that pain into purpose and that rejection into fuel. They didn't believe in you? Good. Now you've got something to prove. You've been sitting around waiting for somebody to believe in you. Stop that. Stop giving people that kind of power over your purpose. If they didn't believe in you, cool. That's their loss, not yours. What you waiting on, huh? A cosign? A clap? Somebody to say, now you're ready? You've been ready. You were born ready. The problem is you've been trained to think you need permission to move. But I'm telling you, build without it. Move without it. Walk like it's already yours. Let me tell you something real. Belief is internal. If it's not burning in you, no amount of belief from the outside is going to keep you going when it gets hard. And it will get hard. Life's not about who believes in you at the beginning. It's about whether you believe in you enough to keep going when the beginning gets lonely. You sitting there thinking, I can't start because no one's behind me. But what if I told you the best moves are made in silence? What if I told you your foundation needs to be built when no one is looking? That business plan, that book, that workout, that dream you keep seeing in your head, stop waiting. Build it in the dark, build it in the shadows, build it in the silence. Because when the light comes on, when the doors open, when the mic gets handed to you, it's too late to prepare then. You better already be built. Everybody want to be supported, but they forget. Support feels good, but it don't build you. Pressure does. Rejection does. Isolation does. You don't grow when everyone claps. You grow when it's just you, your grind, and your God. When the only voice in the room is yours saying, keep going, we're not done yet. You got to stop looking at the absence of belief like it's a sign to quit. Nah, flip that. It's a green light. It's confirmation that you're doing something different, something uncomfortable, something that scares small-minded people. And of course they don't believe. Because what you're about to do has never been done by someone like you. And that's exactly why you got to do it. You keep thinking, but what if I fail? Let me flip it on you. What if you don't? What if you step out, trust yourself, and this thing blows up? What if you look back a year from now and thank yourself for not needing their belief to begin. Every time someone says, I don't think you can do it, you need to respond with action. You need to let your results become the loudest voice in the room. You're not here to argue. You're not here to explain. You're here to execute. And when it's done, when it's built, when it's launched, when it's successful, they're going to ask, how'd you do it? And you're going to smile and say, while you were watching, I was working. So no, you don't need their belief. You don't need their nod, their like, their share, their approval. What you need is a decision. One moment where you say, I'm enough, I'm ready, and I'm moving forward regardless. They didn't believe in you. Good. That means the only one left to believe is you. They said you couldn't do it. They laughed. They doubted. They called your dream crazy. And now you're sitting there carrying all those voices in your head like baggage. Every time you try to move forward, you hear their words echo. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. Be realistic. And I know it messes with your mind. It makes you question yourself. But let me tell you something. That doubt they gave you, that's fuel now. That's energy. That's fire. You just forgot how to burn it. You think their doubt is a curse. But if you flip the mindset, if you stop internalizing it and start channeling it, that doubt becomes your greatest power. Every time somebody said you couldn't, you write it down. Every time somebody told you to quit, you remember that moment. Not to dwell on it, but to drive from it. Because at the end of the day, you can use pain two ways. You can let it paralyze you, or you can let it push you. I've seen it too many times. Talented people freeze up the moment someone tells them no. One closed door and they stop knocking. One moment of rejection and they start believing the lie that they weren't enough. But hear me, they don't get to decide that. They don't have the final word. Their opinion is not your outcome. Their doubt doesn't define your destiny. It's only fuel if you know how to light it. So here's the secret. Every great move you're about to make, it's going to be fueled by somebody who said you couldn't. You're not petty for remembering what they said. You're strategic for turning it into motion. Let them talk. Let them whisper. Let them bet against you. While they're speaking, you're building. While they're doubting, you're developing. While they're waiting for you to fail, you're preparing to rise. You gotta stop taking it personal and start taking it purposefully. When they said you'd never make it, they handed you a gift. Now you got something to prove, not to them, but to the part of you that almost believed them. The old you, yeah, maybe they couldn't do it, but the version of you that's rising now, different breed. You're not soft anymore. You're not scared anymore. You're ready. You take all the no's, all the rejections, all the shame, they become bricks. And brick by brick, you build. You build discipline. You build consistency. You build strength until one day they don't recognize you. And they shouldn't, because the version of you that's coming, built in silence, forged in fire, unstoppable by doubt. This is what they don't teach you. Your breakthrough rarely comes from the people cheering for you. It comes from the pressure of the people betting against you. Let that pressure mold you. Let that tension stretch you. Let that doubt sharpen your edge. Because one day you'll stand in the very place they said you'd never reach. And not because you proved them wrong, but because you proved yourself right. So yeah, they doubted you. They laughed. They walked away. They counted you out. Good. Use it. Let their doubt become your discipline. Let it be the reason you wake up early. Go harder, stay focused. Because the fire they tried to kill you with, that same fire is what's going to make you. You ever notice how all the greats got the same beginning? Go look at their stories. They weren't born into applause. Nobody rolled out the red carpet for them. They weren't voted most likely to succeed. Nah. Most of them were told they'd never make it. Most of them were doubted, laughed at, underestimated. The pattern is always the same. They didn't believe in them at the start. And that's exactly what made the story powerful. So if nobody believed in you, congratulations. You're in the right position. You're in legendary company now, because every great story starts with somebody being told you can't. What separates the greats is what they did after that. You think your story has to be perfect to be powerful. You think you got to come from money, have all the connections, start off with the crowd behind you. But what if the struggle is the story? What if the fact that you had to grind for everything you got is the exact reason people will be inspired by your rise? We love the underdog in the movie, but when it's our life, we hate being underestimated. We don't want to be counted out, but hear me, being counted out is a setup for your comeback. You don't need everyone to believe, you just need a reason not to quit. And if nobody else gives you that, let your story be the reason. Every champion, every giant, every legend, you know what they all got in common? They were doubted first. They were questioned. They were told they weren't built for it. But instead of folding, they fought. Instead of crying, they committed. They took every insult, every dismissal, every no, and turned it into a reason to rise. You're sitting there thinking your story's too messy, too broken, too slow. But that's the exact kind of story that touches people. It's not the perfect stories that change lives. It's the real ones, the raw ones, the ones that started in pain but ended in power. So if you're in the dirt right now, in the shadows, in the silence, don't panic. That's the beginning. That's where stories are built. Let me tell you something, they're watching. Even when you think no one sees you, they're watching. And they may not clap now, but they'll quote you later. They may not share your post now, but they'll study your journey when you break through. They may not say your name now, but they'll remember it when it's on the wall, the stage, the screen. So don't be bitter about not being believed. Just keep building the kind of story that'll make it impossible to forget you. You're writing it right now. Every day you show up. Every time you choose discipline over doubt. Every time you say not yet instead of I quit, you're writing it. And one day somebody's going to read your life like a blueprint. Somebody who's been told they're nothing. Somebody who feels like giving up. Somebody who hears the same lies you heard. They're going to see how you rose from rejection. And your story is going to become their survival guide. So don't be ashamed of where you started. Own it, embrace it, because the ones with the hardest beginnings often write the strongest endings. And when it's all said and done, nobody will care where you started. They'll only care how far you came. You don't have to announce everything you're about to do. You don't have to explain your every move. You don't have to convince them. Matter of fact, stop wasting your breath trying to get people to see what they weren't built to understand. You're not here to talk about it, you're here to be about it. Too many of us want to respond to doubt with words. We want to defend our dream, argue for our vision, prove our worth in conversations. But the truth is, real power isn't in what you say, it's in what you do. Let your execution be the response. Let your results be the rebuttal. Let your life speak so loud they can't ignore it, even if they try. You think you gotta scream to be heard, but the loudest noise in the room is success. You don't need a mic. You don't need to go back and forth with anybody. Just show them. Show them what happens when someone stops talking and starts working. Show them what happens when you rise without recognition, when you grind without applause, when you stay consistent even when nobody's watching. It's easy to post a quote. It's easy to talk tough when you're hyped up. But real growth, real change, real success, it's in the silent hours. It's in the mornings you get up when you feel like staying in bed. It's in the late nights when you're working on your craft while everyone else is asleep. It's in the discipline, the sacrifice, the things that don't show up on camera. That's where it happens. You don't have to tell them you're different. Just be different. You don't have to prove to them that you changed. Let the changed version of you walk in the room and say it without a word. When you keep showing up, when you keep improving, when you keep moving, regardless of the noise, they'll feel it. They'll see it, and they won't be able to deny it, because here's the truth. People don't believe words anymore. They believe results. You ever notice that? They'll doubt you while you're talking about the business, but they'll start calling you when it starts making money. They'll scroll past your vision until it becomes a victory. So why waste time trying to convince people who only understand finished products, not blueprints? Build it. Brick by brick, day by day. Show up so consistently that the old version of you starts to look like a stranger. Let your habits talk for you. Let your results speak volumes. Let your glow up do all the explaining. You don't need to prove anything through debate. Prove it through discipline. Prove it through patience. Prove it through persistence. And when you get there, and you will get there, don't even throw it in their face. You don't need revenge. You don't need recognition. What you need is a quiet peace, knowing that you stayed locked in when they laughed, that you stayed committed when they quit, that you stayed true to the vision even when they couldn't see it. You never needed to say a word. You just needed to keep going.